wanted to record today to give my 2 cents on Oxford's premium heated grips, which I have now installed. And it's a fucking beautiful ass scene. Look at this shit. Beautiful. This is the GoPro 8, and what I don't like about it is that for the external audio jack or whatever, the USB adapter for the microphone, you have to uncover the whole fucking side, which exposes the camera, the battery, and like everything. That shit's mad dumb. Like, I feel like I'm scared because I think I'm gonna get the fucking battery fucked up or something. But anyways, just for some context, before I got these grips, I used to have heated, I don't know the brand, I'm gonna Google it when I get home. I don't know the brand, so I'm not gonna say it, but I had heated gloves I think last year or 2 years ago, and they cost like $200. They were not cheap, and they broke after, well, I don't know if they broke or not, but after like 2 weeks, one glove was not heating up at all, and I thought, okay, well, maybe it's a battery. So I switched the batteries around, and it still wouldn't heat up, so I know it's the glove that's messed up. Like, bro, for $200, this shouldn't be happening at all, but definitely not in 2 weeks. So that really turned me off. But the quality of the glove, I guess, was good. I mean, they heated up low-key everything but my fingertips, which, as any, you don't even have to be riding, but that's like the first thing that gets cold. So that was a little like, okay, I guess they're not that good, but they were better than having nothing on at all, I guess. Danny had them too. He said he liked them, I think. But yeah, so I had that first. You know, I should have put thermals under this. My legs are a little cold. It's not that bad though. It's like, it's snowing obviously, and it is, I think, 30s, in the mid 30-degree weather, but it's not too windy, so it's not that cold. Honestly, if it could be like 20 degrees, but if it's not windy, it's doable. The wind is really what fucks it up. You know what? It's actually snowing harder than it was in the morning. It wasn't snowing this much in the morning when I walked Riley. I don't think they fucking put salt anywhere, but that shit's not sticking to the floor. And it's like snowball material right now. It's watery. I guess that's why it's not sticking, which is good for me. But yeah, okay, Oxford premium heated grips. They cost, actually they were cheaper than I thought they were gonna be. They were $100, like 100 flat, I think. $100. They have different kind. They have like the touring, the sport, the cruiser. I don't know what the fuck that. They had different types though. I got the sport, obviously. Supposedly this sacrificed a little bit of comfort for I don't know what. Honestly, didn't give a fuck, because I don't think I've ever bitched about my other grip. Oh, it's so beautiful. Yeah, comfort hasn't really ever been a problem as far as grips go. When I used to ride the bicycle, that was a problem though, not gonna lie. But on the motorcycle, it's not that big a deal. I got gloves on anyways, and the gloves usually have padding. I got good things to say about it and bad things to say about it. The good things is the grips themselves, they don't look bad, they look nice, you know. Another good thing is that they do provide an adequate amount of heat. I haven't really quite tested them out yet in like 20-degree weather, which I rode in 20-degree weather, and that shit is brick. So I haven't done that with them, with these grips yet. The lowest I've gone is probably like around this, like 30 something, which isn't that cold honestly, but of course some heat will definitely help. Makes just for a more comfortable ride. Alright, so now the bad things I gotta say about it. One, and this isn't a big deal, but it's a little weird, this little control that it has here. Well, actually, another good thing, it comes with its own little thing to mount it on. It's really simple. You just gotta unscrew it, put this, screw it back on. Really, really simple. And it looks clean, right? And it has the 2 buttons that are easy to use while riding. But it's awkward. It goes like 0%, 10, 50, 70, 90, 100% heat. That's fucking weird. Just give me 25, 50, 75, 100, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, why do you have to have so many? But that's not a big deal at all though. As far as ease of application, it's not hard. It is simple steps, but it's kind of, it's very time consuming. I was there for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. But I guess that's because I didn't really know exactly what to do. I'm sure if I did it another time, I would do it like in 30-40 minutes. But I had to take off not the whole fairing on the side, but like some parts of the fairings on one side to wire it internally. So putting it on wasn't that big a deal or that big an issue, but it was a little time consuming. That's just something you should probably know before you invest. And another thing, as far as reversibility, I usually like to, if I'm gonna mod out the bike or anything for that matter, I would want for it to be reversible. so at any point I can bring it back to stock. And this one, the left grip was no problem, but the right one, like the actual metal bar itself, has some ridges, so that the stock grip can like kind of, they perfectly fit with one another, and it still could be a tight sealed fit. And for these grips, these grips were too small for that, so I had to shave off those ridges that it had. I'm a little scared because I feel like, yeah, I just fucked up the stock. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go back at this point, which, like I said, is not the biggest deal. But just as far as reversibility, I mean, I don't know, I haven't put on the stock grips on again. I had to cut them, actually. They're broken. I threw them out. I'd have to buy new ones, but I mean, if all works well, I shouldn't have to take these off, really. I just keep them off. And now I do have two big issues with this. One is that the throttle, obviously, if you open throttle and then let go, it should close throttle. With these grips, I don't know if I haven't worn them in, maybe I did it wrong, I don't know what the deal is, but if I open throttle and let it go, it takes like a good 3 seconds for it to close. So that's a little dangerous. If I'm going at a high-ish speed and I let go thinking I'm gonna kind of slow down, I just keep going. That's a problem. And it also makes switching gears weird. Not difficult, but just weird. I have to do an extra step. I have to kind of close it manually as opposed to just letting it go. So that's an issue for me. And another big issue is that these things where the wire comes out of, these little, you know, whatever you call them, they get in the way. On the throttle side, it's not that big a deal, but it's kind of in the way of the kill switch. But again, that's not that big a deal. What is kind of bugging me out is this. On the horn side, it's kind of in the way of the horn. And it's happened where I'm like, oh shit, I gotta brake and I want to press the horn, and I like kind of touch this instead of the horn. But that's a problem for me. They get in the way of the switches. But I can't really move this out of the way because then it gets in the way of the clutch, which obviously I can't have. And on the throttle side, I could move it, I guess, this way. Like I could switch it so where if it's open throttle, it's in the way of the brake, which I shouldn't be braking on open throttle anyways, so that shouldn't be an issue. Then it'll be tugging too much on this. Like, it's not, I don't really have much room. There's a lot of cops. I don't know what they're here for. But if I'm gonna be completely honest, it makes me a little paranoid. My dad always said, if you're not doing anything wrong, it shouldn't matter. And he's right. But I do be doing things wrong. So yeah, the heated grips overall, would I recommend them? I think yes. Because maybe I did something wrong as far as the open close throttle situation. They do get in the way of the buttons, which is, I think, an issue regardless of what bike. Or I don't know, actually, maybe it might not be with another bike, but overall I think I would recommend them because they do supply warmth. Again, I haven't tried it out in like extremely cold weather, but we're in New York, so it gets really unpredictable. One day, like yesterday, it was fucking 60, and today it's snowing at 30. I mean, even right now, it's much better than before. Then with no heat, it's better right now, obviously. I remember before when like the first year or two that I got the bike, when it'd be really cold at red lights, I would touch right here where the engine is on the bottom because it was warm. So I'd keep my hand there like a fucking idiot until my hand would heat up. But that's when it was really fucking cold. Nigga. I'm gonna cross this red light. You see? I needed to honk there. I didn't miss the honk that time, but I used to. I'm parking right here, fuck that. I'm not going any deeper. So overall, they're cool grips. They do give you, I think, a more stuff. Yeah, it's pretty good heat. I like it. It's minor things. If I learn to work around them, it'll be lit. If they continue to be a problem for me, then I will be sad that I made a bad investment. But pretty good. Now I gotta go to work. But before I do, I am gonna buy an egg sandwich from my niggas in the corner. Dos huevos en un rolo. ¿Solo uno? Que sean dos.
No sandwiches?
Yeah.
Give me 1 minute. I'm just thinking what I want. The eggs look great. I know.
Yeah,
They look good. This guy's always there. This homeless guy's always in front of Dwayne Reed. There's one guy that's standing there with it. He's always there. He's a nasty guy too. He ain't a nice guy.
No?
Nope. He gets nasty with people. Well, who he can take advantage of.
Right.
Well, he always stands out there all the time.